Sevens look awful. Eights are a fright. But an ace or a deuce is dynamite on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks. And with an assist to Jimmy Walker, we thank Joanne Banka of Sioux City, Iowa for that opening poem. Thank you very much, Joanne. And now, let's get to the cards. Janice and Bettina, if you will, start loading in the cards. And as you can see, we have a game in progress with these Card Sharks. Diane Hippensteel. Hi, Diane. Nice to see you again. Won't you remind us about yourself?
My name is Diane Hippensteel. I'm a homemaker from Hanover Park, Illinois. I have a husband and a daughter 1 year old. And when I'm not keeping house, I drive. I'm my husband's co-driver on our 18-wheeler.
And you're trying to make money to get a new 18-wheel tractor trailer truck.
Right.
Well, you've won $3,200, so you're started, Diane. Yeah. Our challenger is Buck Kramer. Hi, Buck. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Jim. I'm glad to see you.
Won't you tell us a little about yourself again, sir?
I'm still Buck Kramer, and I've been retired for 10 years, and I play at least 3 rounds of golf a week, and I play a lot of bridge at night. I have a real nice sweetheart that likes to play bridge, and I just have a wonderful time, and thanks for letting me come on the show.
We're happy to have you here with us, sir. That's very nicely said. You are a Southern gentleman there, Buck, I can tell.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you. Each player has a deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled. The players cut them before we go on the air. Diane, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards. Buck, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue cards. And as you can see, Buck needs 3 cards. Diane needs 4. Before he can begin calling the cards, you must win a high-low toss-up question. And we're in the middle of game 1, and the question as we left off goes to you, Diane. We found 100 unmarried couples who are living together. And we asked the men, if your lady proposed to you, would you marry her? How many men said yes, they would?
I don't think too many men would go for that, having the woman propose and being forward and all. I think they like to take the initiative themselves. So I think it's going to be a low number, and I think it's going to be 35.
35 men said yes, they would marry the lady they're living with if she proposed.
Jim, I tell you, I don't think the men have too much respect for a lady that lives with them, and I'm going to say it'll be a little lower.
Lower than that? Well, if it's lower, Buck, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Diane. And the actual number of men who would marry their lady if she proposed is 43. It's not lower. Diane. Yeah, I think maybe they think there's more to the relationship if they're living together, Diane. We left off with a 6. Yeah, anytime you win the question, you have the right to change it if you'd like.
Could you change it, please?
Of course. Changing the 6 to an 8. Oh, you're right smack up the middle.
Can I freeze? No. Higher, please.
Higher than an 8? She's right with a 9.
Freeze.
Now you'll freeze. Diane needs 3 cards, Buck needs 3, and it is sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards, and each of you needing 3 cards. Boy, control is very important. Buck, we asked 100 people in a California studio audience, do you believe that the devil literally exists? How many said the devil does exist?
Jim, did you say you asked 100 ladies?
We asked 100 people.
100 people.
Cross-section of people in a California studio audience.
I'm going to say, Jim, about 15 people think.
15 people actually believe the devil exists.
Oh, I think with the new surge of religion that seems to be sweeping the country, that there'd be more people who believe. It'll be higher.
Higher. And the actual number of people who said they believe in the devil is 59. Very much higher. Diane, you need 3 cards. Buck needs 3 cards. You've got the control. Do you want to play it or pass it?
Buck, it's all yours.
It's all yours, Buck.
Thank you. I believe it'll be lower, Jim.
All right, you've got a 9. You've got to turn them all over. One mistake and Diane wins. Lower than a 9, he says. He's right with an 8, and you're up the middle needing 2 cards.
I believe it'll be higher, Jim.
This time he says higher than an 8. You're right with a queen.
Jim, I believe it'll be lower.
Lower than a queen for the win. Yes! 3 cards in a row. Challenger pulls it out, wins the first game, and $100. We'll set up for game 2 coming up right after this, if you will.
Show me that you can dance. Dance, yeah. Come on, yeah.
Body Language returns to Buzzer, starting Sunday night at 10.
That's the way you play the game.
It's all about the motion, baby.
Game 1 to the challenger. We'll set up for game 2. Same 2 decks of cards. These are the next cards off the top of the deck. Diane, you need this game to tie, and we start with you. Our man on the street went to New York City, where he stopped 100 people and asked them if they could cross their eyes. How many were able to cross their eyes?
Oh, well, I can cross my eyes.
Yeah?
So,
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
so, just based on that little knowledge, I think quite a few can. I'm going to say 50.
50. 50.
Be higher than that, Jim.
I think it's even higher than that.
Be higher.
Can you cross your eyes, Buck?
Well, I haven't crossed them lately. But
Okay. The actual number of people who could cross their eyes is 72. It's higher, Buck. Buck, your base card is a jack. Do you want it?
I want to play that card, and I believe it'll be lower.
Lower than a jack? It is a 10.
Jim, I want to play one more, and it'll be lower.
He's going to risk it. Lower than a 10. And he's right with an 8.
May I freeze,
You may
please?
indeed. Buck needs 2 cards to become the new champion. Buck, the question to you. We asked 100 college men in Southern California. Be honest, have you ever handed in a paper someone else had written? How many college men admitted that they had?
Jim, I think these boys are pretty anxious to get out of school, and they do a lot of things to graduate. I'm going to say 39.
39 have handed in someone else's paper, Diane.
I'd like to think people are just a little bit more honest. I'm going to say it's lower.
You say lower. The actual number of college men who have handed in a paper someone else had written is 57, not lower, but yeah, they were in a hurry to get out. You want that 8?
I'd like to change it, please.
Changing the 8 to another 8. Gotta play that one.
Jim, I'll play that card, and I think it'd be lower.
Your intuition's been right so far. Is it right again? Lower than an 8? No, this time it's a 9. It's not lower. Big break for Diane, who gets to play an 8.
Oh, lower, please.
Lower than an ace. Yes, with a 5.
Higher.
Higher than a 5. It is a 7.
All right. Freeze.
Freezing it. You'll fill in the spaces for Buck, and we've got a tie. Question to you, Diane. We asked 100 men. Have you ever gotten the hiccups during a romantic interlude? How many men said, how many men said yes?
Gee, I've never had that in my experience at all. So I'm going to say it's a rather low number. I'm going to say 27.
27 men have gotten the hiccups during a romantic interlude, Buck.
Jim, I don't think a man has time to consider things like that. I think it'd be lower.
The actual number of men who've gotten the hiccups during a romantic interlude is 19. It's lower, Buck. Yes.
Thank you. Now, may I change that card?
Yeah, we've got an 8, and he wants to change it. Changing it to a 7. A little better.
I believe this will be higher, Jim.
Higher than a 7. Yes, with a king.
Jim, I believe the next one will be lower.
This is lower. We have a new champion for the win. No, it's another king. It is not lower, and Diane is still in it with a 7.
Higher, please.
Higher than a 7. Yes,
All
a 9.
right. Lower.
To try to tie the match up lower than a 9. No, it's a 10. Could not take advantage of it. We'll fill in the spaces. Each player needs 2 cards. And again, we're at sudden death. Buck, we asked 100 new fathers. These are all men who have had a child within the last 6 months. Do you refuse to change dirty diapers? How many new fathers do refuse to change dirty diapers?
Well, I tell you, Jim, I've had 3 children in my lifetime, and I think there would be 49 that would refuse.
49 refuse to change dirty diapers, Diane.
My husband will not change our daughter, so I'm going to say it's a little higher.
Even higher than that. Oh, I got sick. I was perfectly willing to change clean diapers, but not the actual number of new fathers who refuse to change dirty diapers is 17. It is not higher, but Buck, you need 2 cards. Diane needs 2 cards. You're both looking at a 7. What are you going to do, Buck? Play it or pass it?
Jim, I believe I'll pass it.
You'll pass it.
Thank you.
All right, Diane. If you can get them both, we've got a tie. But if you make one mistake, we have a new champion. With a 7, call this.
Higher, please.
Higher than a 7. It is a 10. You're still in it.
Lower.
Lower to tie up the match. No, it's a queen. It's not. And Buck is our new champion. Congratulations, Buck. And Diane, you're leaving us with $3,200. Well, we got started with the truck.
That's the start. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. You're a nice lady. Buy a couple of tires.
Okay.
Diane Hippensteel. Buck, come on down here. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're a good player. Hope you're going to win a lot of money.
Well, thank you. I need it.
That's the way. We're going to go for the money right after we take time out for this.